Thursday, friends. You know, growing up and living here in the outskirts of Atlanta, Georgia, one of my favorite things to do during this fall time of year is to go to Fright Fest at Six Flags. I remember at all stages of my life, both myself and later my young daughters running terrified from all of the scary characters out there. And let me tell you, we could all run. But lately, what's been most frightening about Six Flags is their stock performance, which is down 50% this year, and the general experience guests have been having at the parks. With delays, broken rides, all sorts of things that have been problematic. But you know what's even more frightening than that? The idea of an activist investor coming in and taking over Six Flags. Because what activist investors do is they buy significant stakes in a company and then they push big changes, which might not be bad because some of the companies might need these changes. However, they use unsavory tactics to get their way, like public smear campaigns with negative propaganda and discrediting current management. In other words, they're not behaving like gentlemen. They put their own interests first, which again is something that people do, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. But however, Six Flags has now has a stake that has someone who's entered the fray, an activist investor who's a little bit different. Jana Partners, founded by Barry Rosenstein, likes to be different by bringing change based on building relationships with current management and stakeholders and board members. And that's really great. You know, that's something different. It takes the scary out of it. Even better, they've teamed up with Travis Kelce, who is quite the investor himself, investing in over 30 companies and focusing those investments on companies that he's had real life experience with as a customer. He's investing in what he knows is, a good product. And he believes Six Flags is a good product. He said he loved going as a kid and he wants to get them back to their glory days and go again. And so to me, that just sounds like good common sense. So tomorrow's Friday. Happy Halloween and go use yours.
The mummy was a front the fan on the yakety sax, the invisible man. A zombie on the voodoo drum, and the guitar man was a real